Say remix.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. We're back. The World Cup, yes, yesterday was an eventful day. The two favourites going through in their respective ties, that being the Netherlands and Argentina. But today we got another shock on our hands. Hopefully the shock would be in this match, not in the one later on this evening, which we will be covering. What we're covering first is France versus Poland. Yes, the next game in the last 16 of the FIFA 2022 World Cup out there in Qatar. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We'll be guiding you through this game, which I think, to be honest, I know this has been the World Cup of upsets. I know anything's possible and upsets can and will happen, but I would be really surprised. I can't lie to you today, guys. I'd be really surprised if we saw some kind of upset today. I think it would be one of the bigger upsets in World Cup history, because not only are France the world champions, and I know they did go out to Switzerland in the Euros, but at the same time, I thought Poland throughout the group stage were really poor. I think they had the least amount of shots on target. It just goes to show what they could be offering today. Nevertheless, anything's possible. It's World Cup, it's knockout football, so we'll have to wait and see. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As I mentioned, it will be live later on this evening as well for England versus Senegal, England's World Cup hopes, and they'll know their opponents, who it's going to be if they get through the game against Senegal, because the two last 16 games today face each other in the quarterfinals. So England could be looking at a France quarterfinal. That's if, of course, France win their game and England win theirs too. So plenty of World Cup drama to get into. But before we get into anything today, of course, this match view is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid. Fresh Ego FC will be, for the third year, facilitating their annual Community Giveback for Campaign for Change to provide an essential hamper and gifts to families from low-income, vulnerable and at-risk families. This year, Fresh Ego FC is partnering with Anthony Joshua's charity Clean Herts Community. This year, especially with global inflation and fuel poverty, those families, along with other families, will struggle to provide the basics this Christmas. Last year, through donations, Fresh Ego FC was able to give back to 120 families. This year, they expect to be supporting more than 350 families. So a really well-worthy cause. And for a little bit more information, here's a message from AJ himself, Anthony Joshua.
People, I hope you're good. So the festive period is fast approaching, and what I've come to realise is that a lot of people are actually unsure on how to kind of connect with communities and give back. So what I've done is my organisation has teamed up with another organisation to do some projects where we're going to be doing community work and spending time in communities and doing some give back projects, right? So we want to raise some funds, we want to get some items, because it's going to be rolled out across the whole year as well. This ain't just a one-stop shop. So if you want to get involved, follow the link, follow the Instagram page, the social pages for more info, and your help will be appreciated. We'll be there, I'll be there. It'll be a big community day. Don't worry about that, Leaf. And yeah, we appreciate your support fully, yeah? God bless, be safe, and I'll catch up with you all soon.
Words from AJ there. So if you do wish to get involved, if you do wish to donate or find out more about the cause, links in the video description, all information is down there as well. So what is everyone thinking today? Let me know your thoughts on today's game, your predictions. Again, I'm thinking France very comfortably. Very comfortably win this one. I think that, it just goes to show, doesn't it, really, with France, just how strong they are at the moment. They've had so many injuries in this World Cup. They're without Pogba, they're without Kante, they're without Nkunku, they're without Karim Benzema, they're without Hernandez, one of their fullbacks, did his ACL in the first game. His brother comes in to replace him, and they've still got a front three of, Giroud, Mbappe, Griezmann. The strength and depth that they have is really incredible, and they're still considered the favourites without all of those players. Imagine if they did have them. It really is incredible. But again, when it comes to Poland, they've got Robert Lewandowski. That's it. That's pretty much all they've got. Lewandowski has now finally scored his first goal at a World Cup, so you could argue he's maybe got a bit of confidence, a bit of momentum, but at the same time, as I mentioned, I would be stunned, absolutely stunned, if they did indeed pull off the upset today. When it comes to Poland, you would just say, look, play for penalties. Play for penalties, play into extra time, see what happens, just stay in the game. To be honest, a bit like Australia did yesterday against Argentina, whereby what really cost them in the end was a couple of mistakes. Really, Australia against Argentina, you would say Poland to them. And Poland are a better side than Australia, by the way. They got better players. You would just say, yeah, just keep in the game. Try and stay defensively resolute, and you might get a counter-attack or a set piece, and then anything's possible. Let me know where you're watching from as well. V Cobra, obviously we'll get your comments up on the screen. Poland does not have a chance, does not stand a chance rather. France have Rabiot. Hey, look, Rabiot scored the goal. I think the first goal against, who did they go 1-0 down to? Was it Australia? I forget. Either way. Garsha says straight from Cambridge, ready and waiting. Love to hear it. Tawin says Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud. Deng says easy game for France. HJ says, talking about AJ, that fight last night was appalling. I did sort of briefly tune into that. Yeah, it wasn't... Everyone knew that, though. That was a weird thing, going into it. Everyone knew what that fight was going to be. They'd fought each other in the past a long, long time ago. And let's face it, Tyson Fury, whether you like Tyson Fury or not, he's clearly one of the best boxers in the world, one of the best heavyweights in the world. And he was always going to destroy... It wasn't even worth doing the fight. It wasn't worth anything, and you got what you expected last night, So, and I saw there were people like booing inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but I would also say you did pay to go see it. So, what did you expect? Jose says, come on, France, 4-1 win incoming. Austin saying, Poland late winner. Get those likes up. Absolutely. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Austin Baker says 3-1. 3-1 Poland. Takada says, Brown, watching from the Caribbean. Awesome. There you go. V Cobra says, I'm Dutch, by the way. Apologies, my English is not spot on. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. And congratulations making it to the quarterfinals. Have you seen that... that video of Louis van Gaal after the game yesterday? So I think it's either late yesterday or it might have even been today. The Dutch team, they're celebrating there. They're, I think, getting on the coach or whatever. And there's Waka Waka playing in the background. And they're all dancing, doing all that kind of stuff. And then suddenly it just comes to Louis van Gaal, who's got his phone out, recording everyone. It was tremendous. Teams, though, are just walking out onto the pitch now. I'll get my headphones in. Let's hope that this working as always. For the Netherlands game yesterday, technology hated me. It was not ideal. AB says expressions with Reece James. Yeah, that was crazy yesterday. I did see that, yeah. Shout out expressions. Saw X was there at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Reece James. Reece James, oh man, we missed him at this World Cup. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even, I can't say like I'm totally like nervous for later on yet. Maybe it'll come, I guess, over time. But we'll see. I don't know. England games for me, they just don't hit the same as like as club games do. I don't get like as nervous as I would usually, for United games. There you go. Headphones are in. France national anthem's playing. TV is working. Austin Baker, yeah. It's always these 3 o'clock kickoffs. My TV just goes, I don't fancy it. This is a classic turn on and off scenario. King of the Indies says, yeah, I saw them dancing down the runway. Tremendous. But come on, let's have an upset. We've yet to have an upset in these knockout stages. Just don't let it be England. I'm telling you now. Oh, I'd be devastated if that was the case. It won't be. Come on. And by the way, guys, same as last night, same as yesterday. Once this stream ends today, it will direct you to the England stream for later on this evening. So you can set a reminder. You don't have to go anywhere. You can leave the window open. And you can join us once again later on tonight for the England-Senegal game, as we listen to the national anthem of Poland. So the team news as well. For France, it's a 4-2-3-1. You've got Hugo Lloris in goal, who I think equals the record today, or is like one appearance away from becoming the most capped French player ever. You've got a back four of Koundé, Varane, Upamecano, and Theo Hernandez. Of course, Rafael Varane. Rafa's at the back, which means it's going to be a win. You've got those two holding midfielders of Tchouaméni and Rabiot. The attackers in front of them consist of Ousmane Dembele, Antoine Griezmann, and Kylian Mbappe. And up front, Olivier Giroud, who I believe is only a goal away, or maybe a couple of goals away from becoming the all-time record goal scorer for France. Oh, an underrated player, Olivier Giroud. I'll still say it to this day. For Poland, and apologies for the pronunciation for some of these players, you've got Wojciech Szczesny in goal, a back. It looks to be a back three with wing backs, so it's going to be a back five of Kiwor, Glick, and Berensky. Frankowski and Matty Cash are your two wing backs. Kujowak and Szymanski, pronunciation, in the midfield. Kaminsky and Zielinski. Attackers in front of them, and of course Robert Lewandowski up front as well. Red Baron with the super chat. Appreciate you, Red Baron. Big supporter of the channel, long-time supporter. Appreciate you joining us and appreciate the contribution. As a fan from Manchester, I don't feel nervous as I don't feel as strong as a connection. I think it's similar to Liverpool as well, only like United players. Yeah, the thing is, I really don't have any expectations for England. I don't. From my lifetime, I've only known disappointment when it comes to England. So my expectations of them doing stuff went quite a while ago. And look, we're still really early into the competition. Look, most likely, if we were to get past Senegal this evening, we'd have to face France in the quarterfinal. And to me, that's the biggest test in terms of the best side I think Gareth Southgate would have ever gone up against as England manager. I can't recall a time where we would have gone up against a better side in a major competition under Gareth Southgate. And that's part of my problem with Gareth Southgate as well, is I feel like he's always had the fortune of going up against somewhat inferior sides. The only time, really, he went up against a quality side was Belgium in the group stage at the World Cup in 2018, and we lost. Even when we faced Germany at the Euros last year, that was a poor Germany side. They've gone out on the group stage this year. They went out on the group stage before at the previous World Cup, and it was Joachim Löw's sort of last swan song as Germany manager. So it wasn't even a good Germany side we defeated. So I don't have a ton of expectation for England. I still don't. Red Baron says Van Gaal is like that crazy uncle you want all your friends to meet. Look, I can't remember who it was on Twitter said basically that when Louis Van Gaal isn't your manager, is world class. He's fun to watch. His personality is great, but at the same time, you can't forget his tenure at United, and some of that football, particularly in that second season, was god awful. It was so bad. Again, I was a season ticket holder that second season at United. Wow, that second season was rough, very rough. But we're nearly going to be underway here. Just Josh Media. Just Josh, graphics guru, visual ninja. Probably the wrong way around. Says, come on, Poland. Did you know Josh has Polish roots? He's part Polish. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell that. But there you go. But be sure to smash a like on the like button as we're about to kick off. I'll make sure I get my timer right. France are winning this, though. They just are. But anything's possible. It's the World Cup. Here we go. I tell you what I did as well. Just before I went live, I decided it would be a good idea to have a McDonald's. And I had a vanilla milkshake and very starchy. So I have just the most blocked throat ever. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway! I tell you what, the countdown does make it very easy for us to time the timer perfectly. Come on, Poland. France was scoring the first 5 minutes, it'll be game over. Oh, it's a foul on Griezmann straight away. It's a clear foul as well. That's what Poland have got to be today. They've got to be nasty. Be nasty, put your foot in, get some tackles in, park the bus. I don't care about people that said, they parked the bus or they played counter-attacking football. No. This is tournament knockout football. It's about results. Poland, if they try and play attacking football against France today, they will get battered. They will get absolutely destroyed. If they play counter-attacking football, defensive football, they might have a chance. Play for penalties. We haven't had any penalties yet. So let's go for that. But it's Griezmann standing over the free kick. Just don't concede. I tell you what, they said about Glick. Looks like he's about 45 years old. Here's Griezmann. Ball into the box. Claim it, Wojciech. Goes out for a goal kick. I'm going to be full shameless today. I'm going to be full on celebrating Poland. I'm a Polish fan from now. Come on, Poland. I want to, because if England get through, I'd much prefer a Poland quarterfinal. And that's what we're going to have. Didier Deschamps contract is up after this World Cup. I mean, it's assumed, isn't it, that he will go and he'll be replaced by Zinedine Zidane. And frankly, for the players that France have, I would argue that they've actually failed a lot. Think about it. 2016 European Championships in their home country, nonetheless, they lost. 2018, yes, they win the World Cup. The Euros last year against Switzerland, they lost. So they've got a great squad, but it's not like they've never failed before. They've failed more often than they've won. Dembele, though, puts out to Kylian Mbappe. Overlap to Rabiot. Could have been Manchester United's Rabiot in the summer if it wasn't for his mum. Koundé gives it to Dembele. Dembele blocked, and it's a corner ball. Bonne chance en France. I tell you what, it's a bit of a comeback from Ousmane Dembele, isn't it? Because, his contract was running out. Barcelona, people were like, we'll get rid of him. He's injury prone. And now they were desperate to keep him. But it's a corner to France, 3 minutes in. Ball in by Griezmann. Oh! Just headed over the bar by Rafa. Raphael Varane. Rafa. Good to see him. The Rolls Royce. The Wraith. The Phantom. The Ghost. I can't do it the same as Flex, so I'm not even going to try to. I'll have my own version. The Wraith. The Phantom. The Ghost. That's when you say ghost, that's what you've got to do. It's got to be whispered. It's got to be whispered and sort of, because that's what ghost is like. The Ghost. It's going to be a long game. Koundé playing at right back. That's quite surprising, isn't it? Here is Griezmann. Poland have won it back, though. Krakowiak. Ball up the pitch. Go on, run onto it. Nice little back heel. He tried to back heel it to Lewandowski. Didn't work out. Put pressure on Lloris. He's got a mistake in him. Keep going. Oh. There you go. Poland pressing. They won the ball back a couple of times. It just didn't bounce to him. France still got the ball. That's a Polish ball. That's a Poland ball. It came off him. Didn't give it. See, it's what Poland need to be. Just be a bit aggressive. There you go. On the ball right now. Play a 1-2. Cash. Get a ball in the box if you can, Matty. Oh. Red Baron says, Owen showing his bias against France. What about Varane? Well, look, I would support Raphael Varane, but ultimately, if England get through, they play the winners of this game. And tournament football, you don't want to play the best sides. You want to have the easiest run to the final possible. So, not to look too far ahead, because we've got to beat Senegal, but I'd much rather play Poland in the quarterfinal than I would than France. So I'm going to be cheering Poland today. And you always want to see the underdog win, don't you? You want to see some upsets. You want to see, you know, a story. I don't expect it at all. And frankly, I prefer Rafa to go home. I prefer Rafa to go home, wrap him up in cotton wool, because let's face it, the more games he plays, the more injured he's going to get. Manchester United, of course, have flown out to Spain today. Erik ten Hag named his travelling squad for that warm weather training. He did a video this morning talking about that. Jadon Sancho omitted from it. He continues his individual programme. Foul by Theo Hernandez. Poland just passed in the roll band the back line. Last time these two teams met was in 2011. France won. And according to commentary, the person who scored the winner that day, Charles Nzogbia. Now that's a name for the past. Here's Chouameni. Varane. Here's Dembele. Got to stay resolute. Here's Dembele again. Griezmann. Good tackle. Just keep your shape, Poland. Get people behind the ball. Pretty much everyone apart from Lewandowski behind the ball. Oh, here's Griezmann. Goes a reverse pass. Cleared away. Lewandowski already looks unbelievably isolated. You literally see Les like 2 or 3 blue shirts surrounding him immediately. But 8.5 minutes gone, still 0-0. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner if you are new. Here comes Kylian Mbappe. Runs at him. Ball in the... Ooh. Ball in the box. He headed it behind goal. He didn't need to. There was no one behind him. Look at this. Mbappe just goes past Matty Cash like he's not there. And it was headed behind by the Polish defender, and he didn't need to. Because there was no one around him. He needs a call. But they did an interview with Matty Cash before the game. They were sort of saying, how are you going to deal with Mbappe? And he was like, I don't know. Which was like, fair enough. Matty Cash actually got Lionel Messi's shirt from the group stage. Griezmann over the corner. Ball into the box. Good punch by Wojciech Szczesny. Theo Hernandez. Ball in. Goes all the way to Griezmann. Griezmann put the ball back in. Headed away. Maybe a counter-attack opportunity now for Poland. Ah, it's a bad pass. You've got to take your opportunities like that. When you've got the opportunity to counter, your pass has got to be good. You've got to find the right weight of pass. You're not going to get those situations all the single time. Here's Mbappe again. Mbappe cuts it across goal. Dembele gets past him. Good block. It's a corner. Whew. Kylian Mbappe's got Matty Cash on toast. 10 minutes in, and Matty Cash is looking towards his watch and going, There's 80 left. It's going to be a long 80. Or even half time. It's going to be a long 35. Plus stoppage time. Short ball by Griezmann. Ball whipped in by Dembele. Cleared. 10 minutes gone. It's been all France. As you would expect. They've just got to weather this storm constantly throughout the entirety of this game and hope they get an opportunity for a counter-attack or a set piece. Griezmann. Switch across the pitch. Great touch by Mbappe. Just stops the ball dead. Mbappe puts the ball in. Goes straight to Wojciech Szczesny and goal. I think Giroud actually went down in the box there. No claim for a penalty though. But already just 10 minutes in. France dominating the ball. 70% possession. You think Poland just need to take the sting out of the game? Paul Lucas said Poland need to put in some hard tackling. Lil Yo-Yo says, oui, question mark. No. Bof, Pamau, whatever that means. That means like, oh, okay. Comme si, comme ça. Come on, Tapo 2. Je m'appelle Owen. Merci. Bonne chance. And GCSE French paid off. Au bord de la mer. By the sea. Où est la pamplemousse? Which I believe is that where is the watermelon? Où est la pamplemousse? Is Rabiot. Tchouaméni takes a shot. Oh, it's a good save by Wojciech Szczesny. Took a shot from about 25 yards out. Szczesny pushes it to the side out of the way of danger. Rabiot. Corner ball. It's a good shot by Tchouaméni. Comfortable save by Wojciech Szczesny. He's had a good tournament so far. I think he's made more saves than any other keeper at the 2022 World Cup out there in Qatar. And another short corner by France. Mbappe. Oh, just goes past. Oh, just cleared in the end by Poland. Mbappe is something else, isn't he? He really is. Remember, this is a Kylian Mbappe that reportedly is unhappy at PSG. We're going to buy Mbappe. We're not. I think he might be... Oh, it's a bad pass. Oh, it was short by Varane. And he gets a bit lucky. Here comes Ousmane Dembele. Cuts inside. Dembele managed to find Mbappe. Edge of the box. Oh, just dispossessed. But it's a heavy touch there from the Polish defender. Oh, man, they're hanging on. It's only 13 minutes gone. They're already hanging on. It's a good turn by Kaminski. He's running. Just keep running, mate. Ah, he's got no support. Even when they have the opportunity to get up the pitch, Poland, there's just no one around them. They can't get forward in numbers. And it's not sustainable like this. You get the impression it is going to be a long, long, long game. Poland, though, they've won the ball back here. Zielinski has it. To Lewandowski. Poland just having some much-needed possession, passing the ball around the back line. France just backing off a little bit. You're probably thinking just... Oh, he's sending the ball across there to Frankowski. He makes the run. The ball wasn't good enough once again. That's already happened a couple of times for Poland, as they have half a chance to get into a decent area, but their quality on the ball is just non-existent. And it allows France to travel back up the pitch. It's Tchouaméni. Rabiot to Griezmann. Griezmann drops very deep, doesn't he? I mean, he's playing in that sort of number 10 role, but, I mean, at this point, he's basically side by side with the central midfielder. Oh, it's a great pass. Ooh. Wojciech Szczesny does really well. His starting position spot on. And Szczesny comes out to claim it, but Giroud was through there and already just, again, starts from a fantastic pass. And France already have the ball back. 15 minutes, though. France 0, Poland 0. Just got to weather out these early storms if you're Poland. Literally, the French team, they're just walking. They're not exerting any energy until they absolutely have to. Here's Rabiot. Spreads it out to Theo Hernandez. Mbappe on the ball once again. Tries to skip past Cash. Cash manages to put it out for a throw-in. Cash is screaming at his centre-back, saying, someone come out here and help me. Because if it's one-on-one every single time, there's only going to be one winner. And every time... Oh, they got a free kick. Luckily, Poland get a free kick there. But every time Poland just get the ball, the French team just snap into a press like that, and they go and get it. It's immediate. It's just, again, it's going to be a really long game, you feel like. Oh, it's a short pass. It's won back by Tchouaméni. Here's Dembele. Cuts back inside. Dembele takes a shot. Comfortable save by Wojciech Szczesny once again. You can't be that sloppy. You can't be that sloppy. And you know what it is with Poland, and this is why we were coming into this game going, France are clearly the favourites. Not just because they got better players, but Poland was so lucky to get through. They played terribly, absolutely terribly against Argentina, and they just managed to get through. During that game against Argentina, they showed no fight. They were boring. They were lethargic. I mean, at one point it was a concern of don't get any bookings, because if you get too many bookings, you'd go out. It was just really poor, and you hoped you would see a bit more from them today. I mean, it's still 0-0, but you're gonna want to see some form of impetus or some form of game plan. You just get the impression watching them, they're just sort of waiting to concede. Grapefruit. I knew it. Javid says, bravo for the French-speaking Owen, except pamplemousse is grapefruit. Ah, it's been a while. It's been a while, Javid. Ah, où est le pamplemousse? I tell you what, it's one that, and I went to, my secondary school was a language college. That's like its speciality thing. It had like a language department. And so you had to take a language at the school. So as part of my GCSE, I took condensed German and French. And I always struggled more with French. I found German to be easier. Speaking, writing, I always found that much just easier. I understood the rules, the German rules of their language, whereas French, I just could always struggle with it. Accents, etc. I just, and then you get a real sort of wake-up call when you think you've got a fairly good grip of it, and then you have like the listening exam, and you listen to it, and they're speaking so quickly or different accents. It's wild. Anyone that has the ability to learn another language or learns another language later on in life, I have so much respect for, because it's not easy. It really isn't. If I ever have children, I'm going to be one of those parents that just literally a couple of hours a week puts their kids in front of the telly watching some foreign cartoon. I'll be like, learn Spanish. Bang. Twice a week. I say bang, that's me putting them down. And then hopefully they'll learn another language. That's the time to do it, is when you're a kid. AB says, I know 4 languages. See, I wish I was like that. I wish I had that kind of repertoire. I think it's so important. You know, the ability to communicate with so many people. And it's such a string to your bow when it comes to your future. Throw in, though, to France. 19 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Doesn't feel like there's as good of an atmosphere in this game as there was in the Argentina game last night. That was brilliant. I mean, the game itself wasn't that good, but the atmosphere inside that stadium, which was basically packed with Argentinian fans, was incredible. Is Mbappe. Skips past, I believe that was Kiwor. Tchouaméni, Rabiot. You just get the feeling it's inevitable. Is Mbappe. Mbappe skips past another player, tries to get the ball in the box. It's blocked. It's Theo Hernandez. It was Kaczynski. Ball in. Rebounds. Oh, Griezmann tried to flick on. He's got to be offside. No, he wasn't. But now you can counter Poland. Get up the pitch. Poland actually getting some names forward here. Oh, and it's a poor ball again. This is the problem. Oh, Lewandowski picks up. Take a shot, Lewandowski. Takes a shot. Oh, it's just wide. I thought that was the moment. When you're Robert Lewandowski and you're 25 yards out, you take it. Take a shot. He does it. To be fair, Lloris is always comfortable. It's always going wide. And Lloris does have it covered, but I thought you never know. Here's the France chance. It wasn't offside at all. And Griezmann, it was a great little flick back into the danger zone. Sort of Giroud and Griezmann kind of get in the way of each other. Definitely not a penalty or anything like that. Oh, definitely not. I thought for a second they were going to look at handball. I was like, don't you dare. But 0-0, first shot from Poland there. And that's basically going to be their game plan, I think. Occasionally, hope that Robert Lewandowski can get the ball like 20 yards out and take a shot. But here's Dembele. And to be fair, I think Poland will just constantly be looking at the clock, really. They'll be saying, let's try and get the penalties. Let's get the penalties, let's get to extra time and see what happens. Stay in the game. When you're the inferior side against world-class players, what you got to do. Here's Koundé, takes a shot right down Wojciech Szczesny's throat. Easily caught. Catches it well, but easy for Wojciech Szczesny in goal. And look, Wojciech Szczesny is going to have a fantastic game today. That's what you know you've got to. When you've got going up against a world-class side, you need your goalkeeper to really come up dividends. Ball up the pitch by France. That's a good touch. Krakowiak. Bereshinski. Travelling with the ball a little bit. Keep going. Here's Frankowski. Tries to get a ball into the box. Oh, deflection. Oh, I thought he was going to take a shot. Comes out to Cash. Does. Szymanski gives the ball away. And here come France on the counter-attack. This is dangerous. Here comes Mbappe. Oh, Matty Cash does really well. Recovers just enough. I mean, it's difficult. You need some proper recovery pace. What was quite interesting, actually, is Matty Cash wasn't in that spot. He didn't travel forward. He actually preferred to stay back because he thought, if I commit myself forward and the ball does come back, we'll be in trouble. So instead of committing forward, Matty Cash is going, I'm just not going to get involved in attacks. I'm just going to stick by the side of Kylian Mbappe for the whole game. And then when we have incidents like that, when the ball goes up the pitch quickly, I can try my very best to recover. And that's exactly what he did. Good defensive work by Matty Cash. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Got over 220 people watching. Less than 50 likes. Whoa. How dare you? We can do better. You know me and you. And I'm just talking to you watching at home, the viewer here. When it's these individual solo streams, we get the likes up, don't we? It's you and I. We're in this together. So let's get those likes up. Let's get to... we can get to 100 before half-time. Of course we can. We can easily get to 100 before half-time. If we have everyone liked it now, we'd be at 195. So anything's possible. And while you're at it, subscribe. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live later for the England-Senegal game. That stream will be made public at half-time. And once this stream ends, you'll be redirected there. So you don't even have to go anywhere. So if you're watching this on your laptop or your iPad or whatever, you can just set yourself a little reminder to say, oh, when they go live later, let me know. Or you can just leave the window open. Go and have something to eat, have your dinner, have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, go for a walk. Then you come back, you can join us again. Here come Poland. That ball must have gone off. I stayed on, apparently. It's getting sort of Japan-Germany vibes there. Oh, excuse me, Japan-Spain vibes. Poland getting forward a little bit more now. That's positive. Just playing the ball around the back line once again, Poland. Sort of growing into the game a little bit. Nearly 25 minutes gone. Still France nil, Poland nil. Moving forward a little bit here. Good pass that. Out to Bereshinski. Tries to go past Dembele. Oh, kicked the ball away. That's a booking. It's a booking. He kicked the ball away, Dembele. He tried to step over and went past him. It is a foul. He just catches him. Catches him on the foot. The referee, for whatever reason, took an age to give the free kick, but it is a free kick. But it is a free kick now. For Poland, this is an opportunity. Bereshinski's won the free kick. The delivery in the box has to be right. The delivery has to be right. It has to be good. because these kind of opportunities are what you need to take against a team like France. Put the ball into the danger zone, hope for maybe a France mistake or a Polish player to get their head on it or their foot on it. You can get yourself a goal, but the delivery is vital. Oh, that's a bit of a fake there. Here we go. Ball into the box. Szymanski goes all the way through. You've got a second chance there, though. Make sure you get that ball into the box. Here's Lewandowski, who really, you want Lewandowski in the box, really. Krakowiak. No, you can't give the ball away there, Zielinski. Pass cut out by Griezmann. Here comes Kylian Mbappe once again. Skips past the Polish defender, Mbappe. Oh. He got past one player, couldn't get past the second, but it is terrifying to see him pick up the ball and just go, start running, because you can see the Polish defenders are thinking, oh my goodness, what is he going to do? Because he will just pick up pace and go. And he is rapid, absolutely rapid. Once he puts on the afterburners, I mean, the only reason sort of the Polish centre-back was able to sort of keep up with him then is because he had a couple of yards head start. But he is fast. But if you can manage to keep him quiet for the majority of the game, then you've got a chance. But they've still got plenty of good players, France. But there's just this constant reminder, isn't there, of Mbappe and his pace. But given that it's nearly 27 minutes gone, Poland will be happy with this. Even though, like I said earlier on, it felt very inevitable. It still does. And France can just snap into life very quickly. Poland is starting to grow into the game a little bit more. And it's all about frustrating the opposition at this point. Tad Bake says, if you can nullify Mbappe, you can nullify France. AB says, I have the game on TV, mute, using your video as commentary in the background. I'm working from home. Well, I appreciate that, AB. Hope your work is going well. Gross good football. I always talk. Gross good football says, Owen is now our John champion. If only. And Immortal has, I think, some sensational tactics when it comes to Kylian Mbappe. Says he won't be as fast if you kick him in the groin. I believe that's level 1 coaching badges. It might be level 2. You might have your pro license actually, because I'm not sure when they teach that part of the course. It might be the A license. Kick him in the groin. Interesting part of the coaching. Frankowski keeps the ball in. Here comes Griezmann. He's got Dembele on the overlap. Dembele cuts it back. It's going to be 1-0. Oh, he's missed. What a miss by Olivier Giroud. How on earth has that not gone in? Giroud has nearly missed an open goal. He was stretching for it, and it feels like the ball's just gone a little bit past. It might be a poor ball by Ousmane Dembele, but we're looking at here. Poland, they keep the ball in, but they actually put themselves in trouble. Griezmann gives it to Dembele, says square it. Oh. Dembele squares it, and I think he just fizzes it across goal maybe a bit too much. Giroud's on the stretch, and he misses the target. That's a massive let-off for Poland. Massive. I mean, look, Dembele does fizz the ball across goal, but Giroud really should score. It's a massive chance miss for France. Poland can count themselves lucky. And that's like I was saying, they can just snap into life very quickly. France, Poland got to make sure they don't make mistakes. Ball over the top. It's not a bad ball, actually. It goes out for a goal kick. Good defending by Theo Hernandez there. But as we nearly hit 30 minutes gone, 15 minutes to half time, plus stoppage time, of course, and Poland still in the game. Stephen says, hello from Bangkok, Thailand. France missed a good chance. They certainly did indeed. Appreciate you joining us, Stephen, for this match view, along with everyone else in the UV community. There's plenty of World Cup coverage going on at the moment, so I appreciate you choosing to join us, inviting us into your homes or wherever you're watching from. As here's Tchouameni. Bit of a loose pass there. Goes to Mbappe, he plays a 1-2 with Rabiot. Puts it out to Theo Hernandez on the left-hand side for Les Bleus. So poor pass that. Misplaced. And Poland have the ball back. And Wojciech Szczesny goes for a pass. Goes out for a Poland throw-in. How is the BBC commentator blaming Dembele puts too much power on it? I mean, yeah, I didn't really agree with Dion Dublin there. He was basically saying that he thinks Dembele fizzes it across the goal a bit too much, and maybe he does, but Olivier Giroud still should score. He still has to score. I mean, he's like 2 yards out. Yes, he's on the stretch, but a player of Giroud's quality should score that goal. Lewandowski. Here comes Frankowski. Down the Poland left-hand side. Oof. Referee, has he given a free kick? Right, this is an opportunity. Free kick given, and Tchouaméni's been booked. I didn't think that was a foul. To me, it felt a bit of a 50-50 coming together. I wasn't sure if there was that much in that one. I thought it was a bit of a coming together. But the referee's given a foul, and not only just that, he's booked Tchouaméni. And this is an opportunity for Poland. It's about 25 yards out. Just seeing the replay again here. I don't know if that's a foul. It's a coming together, certainly. Because I felt the Polish player just overhit the ball. Nevertheless, about 25, maybe a little bit more, out from goal. It's a good position. Lewandowski standing over it, along with Szymanski. And again, it's an opportunity. Got to make it count. I mean, if they score this, France won't be happy because it's a bit of a suspect free kick. Because again, I felt that the Polish player just kind of overhit it and it was a coming together. Certainly to give Tchouaméni a booking after not really making any fouls in this game. I'm not sure about that one. But Lewandowski's going to stand over it. Can the talismanic figure do something special? Just get it on target, make Lloris work. Lewandowski, who got his first World Cup goal in this tournament. Can he get a second here? Robert Lewandowski steps up. Lewandowski straight into the wall. I mean, I say straight into the wall. It hit Rabiot's foot. It barely got off the ground. It's a really poor free kick. You expect a lot more from someone the quality of Robert Lewandowski. A real powder puff shot. Not good at all. And again, those kind of opportunities, you got to take them. Here come Poland again, though, with Matty Cash. And you know, but when people question Matty Cash about, you know, deciding to play for Poland, look, he's playing at a World Cup. He wouldn't be playing with England right now. Right call. I tell you what, he's on there. If you give it to Matty Cash, he was on. He's in a lot of space on that right-hand side. There's Kukowiak. Travelling a bit more here. Poland goes for that switch. Bereshinski steps into the box. Puts the ball in. Oh. I mean, they're threatening a bit more. France are being forced to defend here. Here comes Kukowiak again. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're 39 likes away from 100. We can get to 100 before half-time. I believe it. There's still about 15 minutes to go until half-time. Nice little 1-2 there by Poland. Now you've got some gaps to go into. Give and go. I tell you what, he's arriving here. He's going to take a shot. Oh! It was a shot by Matty Cash, but he just fizzes it across the box. And I tell you what, it's a touch away from someone diverting that into the net. It's a shot from Matty Cash. It's a really poor shot, actually, from Matty Cash. But there's a couple of players in there that dive across it. And if they get a touch, you never know. But that's a couple of warning signs to France there. Poland starting to come out a little bit. But again, from the Polish point of view, you would say, take your chances. Work the goalkeeper. Keep the pressure on. You need to have little bits of quality in those little moments. They're the fine margins of football, aren't they? Here comes Upamecano. Griezmann took over, but he's given the ball away here. But now Poland are giving the ball away. Here's Griezmann once again. Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe cuts inside. Oh, inside and out. Twisting and turning. Oh, side netting. He's saying he thinks it's a corner. Does Wojciech Szczesny get a save here? He just turns Matty Cash inside out. Unbelievable. And it's a save, yeah. Wojciech Szczesny pushes it onto the side netting. It might have just been hitting the post, but Wojciech Szczesny's got to be sure. But Kylian Mbappe just ended Matty Cash's career. Literally. Cuts in, goes back the other way. Matty Cash just completely sold. He's still thinking about that shot a couple of minutes ago. Here's Griezmann. Ball into the box. Overhead kick. Oh. He's absolutely clattered, Wojciech Szczesny there. Does really well. Good sportsmanship there. Upamecano and Szczesny hoping themselves back up. But it's a corner here. And it was an attempted overhead kick by Giroud. Szczesny, really brave, comes out, makes contact with the ball, and Upamecano does foul the goalkeeper, just clatters into him. They both got their eyes for the ball. It's nothing sinister, and they both help each other back up. And it's quite refreshing to see, actually, in that instance, you know, two players not roll around on the floor and just basically just get on with it. Good header there by Tchouaméni. Rabiot. Upamecano gives it to Raphael Varane. Manchester United's Raphael Varane, that is. Playing Jules Koundé right back. Oh, it's a bad pass by Hugo Lloris. Make the most of it, Poland. That's the thing. It's gone out for a throw-in. That's the thing with Hugo Lloris. He's got a mistake in him. He does. He's always had a mistake in him. We saw it in the World Cup final. He made a mistake. Here come Poland again. Bereszyński, nice. Skips past Koundé. Put it into the box. Cuts it back. Get on target. Oh, what a save by Lloris. Oh, off the line. Oh, that was the chance. How on earth has that not gone in? He cuts it back. Someone, I don't know who it is, meets it. It's straight at Hugo Lloris. And then you're thinking there's going to be a tap in. And it's cleared off the line. How has that not gone in? And it would have started from Hugo Lloris giving the ball away. I think the finish is bad. I'm not so sure it's a great save by Lloris. I think it's straight at him. They've got to score there. That's a chance. We're just seeing it here. Does really well. Cuts it back. Penalty spot sends us right at him. Right at Hugo Lloris. He doesn't have to move. I'm not sure who it is with the shot. It might have been Zielinski. That's a massive chance. And now it's a France goal kick. You've got to do better than that. Again, it's a penalty spot opportunity. Look, cuts it back. Zielinski runs onto it. He almost connects with it too well. That's the problem. He almost connects with it too well that it's straight at Lloris. Anywhere else he'll score. I mean, look, you know me. I used to be a goalkeeper, goalkeepers union. But in that instance, you're just hoping that they'll absolutely leather it at you and it's hit Lloris. It's not so much of a save. You've just managed to stand up and make yourself big as possible. It's more from Zielinski's point of view, the attacker. Got to do better. Aim for corners. But Lloris does what he has to do. Still 0-0. And probably the best chance of the game. Really to Poland. I mean, you could say it was really one apiece, actually, I suppose, with Giroud missing from a couple of yards out. But it was also the follow-up as well. There was a goal line clearance. I think it was Varane as well. Poland starting to turn that screw just a little bit. But games started to wake up a little bit here. We've got about 6 minutes left. And I tell you what, games started to even out a little bit, hasn't it? I mean, just looking at some stats here. Possession. France have only had 52% possession. Poland have had 48. France, 8 shots, 4 on target. When you look at shots from Poland, 7 shots, 2 on target. So, Poland, you know what, Poland, they're in this. I mean, still again, clearly still, France are the better side, but you would just say to get the half-time. If Poland can get to half-time, still level, then you start looking towards, okay, let's get to extra time, let's get to penalties. But anything's certainly possible. Speaking of half-time, we're 28 likes away from 100. We can get there before half-time. Over 200 watching. And now it's going to be Griezmann standing over this free kick. As we're into the final 5 minutes of this first half here. in the World Cup last 16. France 0, Poland 0. Antoine Griezmann steps over this free kick just a couple of minutes ago. Poland, big opportunity, saved by Lloris, cleared off the line by Varane. Ball into the box, headed away. I think it was Krakowiak who won that header. Here's Upamecano in high on the right-hand side for France there. Tchouaméni, who of course is on a booking at the moment. Koundé gives it to Ousmane Dembele. Rabiot. Good ball into the box. Headed away. Glick with the header. Now Poland trying to get out of the defence. Pressure though by Dembele. Goes all the way back to Szczesny. Takes a touch. Szczesny. You knew he shouldn't have taken a touch. I mean, he's smart because he doesn't take any chances, but he should just clear it first time. The pass was never on. I don't know why he took the touch there. It wasn't the right move by Szczesny. And again, this is one of those incidents where if they score here... I thought that earlier on in that half. Koundé's got a chain on. Koundé's got a chain on. He's got jewellery on. And I thought, he can't have that chain on, can he? He's got 2 chains on. I thought that as... earlier on, I saw that he was wearing a chain. And I thought, how is he wearing a chain? Man. Amateur setting's that. Here's Varane. Long ball into the box. Flicked away by Matty Cash. It's the World Cup. He's got 2 chains on. There's Mbappe. Varane. France now. Really pressing forward here. France just still trying to get something before half-time. Poland will be definitely looking towards the clock thinking, let's just get to half-time here. They've had a good half so far, actually. After a bit of a slow start. Rabiot, ball into the box. Deal with that header. Floats the ball in, headed away by Poland. Still not out of danger just yet. Back to Mbappe. Once again to Rabiot on France's left-hand side. Nice little pass. Theo Hernandez going to put the ball into the box. It's a big, heavy ball. And it's flicked away for a France throw-in on their right-hand side. 2 minutes remain of this first half, plus stoppage time. We don't know how much left just yet. And here's Tchouaméni. France pushing them up really high up the pitch. You've got pretty much 2 banks of 4 now when it comes to Poland. An entire bank of 4 right across that penalty box. And the midfield bank of 4 not too far in front of them. Dembele. Space here for Tchouaméni. Oh, actually, Upamecano. Oh, it's a free ball. This might be the one. Olivier Giroud has made it 1-0 to France. And there it was coming. We said Poland had to get to half-time. They couldn't do it. Olivier Giroud gets his goal. And it's a well-worked goal from France. They were patient. They were patient. They were patient. They were patient. They just waited. They pushed Poland back. Eventually, it's one pass. Olivier Giroud's through on goal. And it's a fantastic finish to Wojciech Szczesny's left-hand side, right in the bottom corner. And France are 1-0 up as they head into half-time here. And they look to be already looking towards the quarter-finals. Wojciech Szczesny can't believe he's been beaten. And it's again, they just keep the ball. They keep the ball going. They keep the ball going. And Giroud gets his goal. And now, with that goal, he has scored 52 goals for France, meaning he is the all-time leading goal scorer for his country. Just seeing here, it's Mbappe. He's onside. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's an assist from Kylian Mbappe. Look at this pass. Just out of nothing. Gets out of his feet. And Olivier Giroud still got so much to do here. And he just sort of dips it just into the ground. So it sort of skips over Wojciech Szczesny, who might be a bit disappointed. He's come out. He's a bit low on the floor. But there you go. Olivier Giroud. 52 goals for France. He is the all-time leading French goal scorer at the international level. And to be honest, it's a great finish by Olivier Giroud, but it's a fantastic pass from Kylian Mbappe. Literally just gets it out of his feet immediately. And you would think from a Polish point of view, that might be the game. Poland now already will be looking back to that chance they had when it was Zielinski. When you have those opportunities, you've got to take them. 2 minutes of stoppage time as France lead. Here's Zielinski. Ball into the box. Kalinski. Oh, I thought that was in. Side netting. Side net, and it might be a corner to Poland. It looked like they immediately responded. I tell you what, he finds himself in a bit of space there, and it's a Polish corner, right on the edge of half time. You've got to make this count. Corner kick, ball in. Oh, that is a lofted corner, and it just. Oh, Lloris has dropped it. Oh, he's got a mistake in him. Lloris is so edgy. First of all, he does a shocking pass earlier on. He comes up. He just dropped it. And he drops it onto a Polish head. I think he dropped it onto Lewandowski's head. Unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. That's twice in this game, Hugo Lloris. He's so dodgy, isn't he? But it's an absolute hammer blow for Poland just before half-time. And I thought they did okay in this half so far. But you've got to have high levels of concentration for the entire half. The moment you switch off, especially with people like Kylian Mbappe, you're always going to struggle. And that's exactly what happened. Kylian Mbappe, 2 seconds, gets the ball out of his feet. It's a good finish by Giroud. But really, it's a bit of magic from Mbappe. Manages to find the centre forward. It's brilliant. That's what I don't get, those people that will say, Mbappe's overrated. He's really not. I mean, you can say he's all pace and what happens when he gets older and he loses a yard of pace. He's a very intelligent footballer. And there you go, it's half-time. Half-time here in the last 16. And Olivier Giroud makes history as France head into the half-time stage of this game as he becomes the all-time record goal scorer for his country. 52 goals for France, and the most important one coming right now with France being 1-0 up against Poland. France, it's not been totally comfortable for them, to be honest. It's been a game in which Poland have eventually grown into it, had a big chance. Lloris has looked edgy on a couple of occasions, but ultimately the difference right now is quality, and that quality is Kylian Mbappe's pass to Olivier Giroud, who just finds the bottom left-hand corner of Wojciech Szczesny's goal to make it 1-0, and now it's an even bigger ask. It's an even bigger ask for France, but look, there is still only one goal in it. I think Poland have made some opportunities. What you would say is in these very infrequent moments in which they're going to have these chances, and I think they still will have chances, in those infrequent moments, you've got just to show a little bit more quality, even if it's Lewandowski standing over a free kick, goes into the wall, a cutback, penalty spot settings, you would just say, make good contact with it and put it either side of Lloris. It's straight at him. So, despite being 1-0 down, the thing you would probably say, you would think the Polish coach might say to his team at half-time is, you know what, just keep doing what you're doing. You did all right in that half. You did okay. But when you get your moment, you've got to be ruthless. You've got to take your opportunities and you've got to make it count. Because this side, France, will make chances. They've got quality players. But at the same time, they do. I can't really put my finger on it, but they do still feel like somewhat, maybe a little bit vulnerable. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think of that first half between France and Poland there. Let's get some statistics as well whilst you get your thoughts in too. So halftime statistics, you've got possession of France having 57% possession in comparison to Poland's 43. In terms of passes completed, it's actually pretty close. So France have completed 278 passes to Poland's 225. France having a pass accuracy of 85% in comparison to Poland's 81. 9 shots for France, with 5 of them being on target. Of course, Wojciech Szczesny has clearly been the more busy goalkeeper in that first half, but still, Poland have had shots. They've had 8 shots, 2 on target. And again, maybe that would just be the difference. Maybe that would just be the difference of what you would say about between France and Poland here. Is actually, you know what? Poland, you've had some shots. If you just test the goalkeeper a little bit more. Clearly, Hugo Lloris is having one of those days, which we know he can have, where he's a bit edgy. He's already dropped the ball once. He's already done a bit of a lax pass there. So get a shot on target. Try and make him make a proper save, and you never know what can happen. The goal itself, we're just seeing a replay here. And whilst it is, look, a fantastic finish by Olivier Giroud, he manages to stay on the shoulder of the final defender. The Polish line is actually really, really poor. There's 2 defenders that are really deep there, occupied by both Giroud and Antoine Griezmann. But I think the goal's all about the pass. I think it's all about the pass from Kylian Mbappe. I think it's a real quality pass. Look, just gets the ball in. He's on the half turn, and he just feeds it straight to Giroud. He still has a lot to do, don't get me wrong, but That pass is made by Kylian Mbappe. That goal, rather, is made by Kylian Mbappe. And it's a good finish by Giroud. It actually hits it into the floor. So it just kind of bounces over Wojciech Szczesny a little bit. But as I mentioned, that's where I really push back on people that say Kylian Mbappe, oh, he's just a pace merchant, or he's just this, he's just that. No, like Kylian Mbappe is the real deal. He's a clever, intelligent, smart footballer. Yeah, you can talk about maybe his attitude or all of the stuff that goes on with him at PSG, you know, about who's the sporting director or this giant contract that he's on. But he's legit. There's no doubt about it. He's a legit player. He not only can score goals, but he can assist goals. And I don't think we haven't even seen the best of him. You know, people like to talk, don't they, about who's going to be the next one of this generation of once Messi and Ronaldo go, and it won't be long, to be honest, before either go, who's going to be the one that sort of takes their place. And I don't think any player is going to replace Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Certainly, I don't think they're going to score the goals that either player did and has and continues to do throughout their career. But you would probably say the next sort of two players that will be the ones that they look at and they go, they are something else, would probably be Kylian Mbappe, and I think maybe Erling Haaland might be in that sort of that category as well of two players that you go, man, they're the two like best in the world right now. And Kylian Mbappe, for me, I think he's quality. I really do. But at the same time, whilst France are ahead in this one, whilst they do have the lead, I do think they can go into half-time with their heads held high. I think they've played better than they probably have throughout the entirety of this tournament. I think at points during this World Cup, actually Poland have been really poor. And as I said, in their last game, I questioned did they actually deserve to go through? I don't even know if they did, really. But now, you would say, you know what? They are testing France, certainly. They've had chances. And it's just a case of maybe just showing that extra bit of quality. And that's really the difference between the two sides at the moment, is that France have quality players. They've got people that can create something out of nothing, like Mbappe, like Griezmann, like Dembele, who actually has been quite quiet in this game, and someone that can do a finish like Olivier Giroud. And Poland, all they really got is Robert Lewandowski. Because, make no mistake, if that opportunity, which was pulled back to... who was it? It was Zelensky, the one that had the chance here. I'm just seeing it on the screen right again here. If this falls to Robert Lewandowski, penalty spot settings, it goes in. Zelensky just does, you can't really blame him. He just goes, I'm just going to put my foot through it, and if I get it on target, I'll score. But he just leathers it. He just absolutely leathers it. The unfortunate thing is that it's right at Hugo Lloris. So it actually sort of comes off both of his legs in the end. So keeper does well, I suppose. But it's not the only chance. Kaminsky also had a chance. It was blocked in the end, hit the side netting, and actually he finds himself in a fairly good amount of space in the penalty area. So I would think the Polish coach would probably say to the players at halftime, look, keep going. There's still only a goal in it. Before the game, you'd have probably said Poland would be looking at, let's see if we can get to 90 minutes and go to extra time. Let's see if we can take it to penalties. You're still in that same situation here at the moment. You know, there's just a goal in it. If you get a goal, you can pin France back. The only problem is that you've got to try to somehow contain Mbappe, and you're still looking for your goalkeeper to make big saves. So it's going to be a difficult one, certainly. We are 16 likes away from 100 likes, guys. So if you haven't already, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat too. You get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members-only content. Fill up the chat with the emojis right now. You've got the flex emoji, 2 kg emojis, one with and without hair. You've got my emoji. You've got Marcel's porridge emoji, and plenty of other emojis coming soon. You've also got other emojis that include red and yellow cards. So if there's a particular take that you think is particularly egregious, there could be a caution. There could just be, look, I'm just going to give you a booking. That's a bookable offence. Or it could be a red card offence. You can put that in the chat as well. So you get that if you join the UV Members Club. Plus, as I mentioned, you get exclusive members-only content, such as the back catalogue of UV Raw. New episodes coming soon. That's a behind-the-scenes look at the day-to-day goings-on here at United View. Next week, as I mentioned, Manchester United do return next week. There are 2 friendlies. United have flown out today for that warm weather training camp in Spain. First friendly is against Cadiz. That's on Wednesday. It's a 7 p.m. kickoff. We'll be live at 6:30, live from UV HQ, with a full panel of guests as well. Plus, Saturday too, there is another friendly. It's Manchester United versus Real Betis out there in Spain. Once again, we'll be doing a live match for you from inside UV HQ. Full panel, including KG, will be there as well. So It'll be fantastic stuff as we get closer and closer to Manchester United returning to action. Plus, during the World Cup, we're also doing the latest Manchester United news as well. There's still plenty of goings on. In Old Trafford, for instance, Marcus Rashford possibly getting a new contract. Discussions this morning about Cody Gakpo, him talking about his future. Jadon Sancho not travelling with the squad out to Spain, him continuing his individual program. I did a video discussing all of that this morning, so there will be videos like that still coming out. Of course, the Morning View is back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I'll be joined by Marcel, talking about all things Manchester United. I guess also reflecting on England's possible result this evening as well. So there's plenty of Manchester United and UV content coming up. So be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified every time we go live or a new video is uploaded. And of course, I will be live this evening at 6:30 for that 7 p.m. kickoff of England going up against Senegal in the last 16 of the World Cup. Here's hoping that England move on to the quarterfinal. If we do, at the moment, it looks like we would be facing France in the quarterfinal. But look, got to get past Senegal first. And look, France still got to get past Poland. So anything's possible, certainly. Steve Mundy says, is Sancho injured? I don't know. Like, we don't really know too much about the Sancho situation. He's on an individual training program. I mean, the facts of what we do know are this. Jadon Sancho didn't play the last, shall we say 3 or 4 games of Manchester United's season before the World Cup break. And the details given out was that he was ill. That's all we heard. Sancho was ill. And he was ill for quite a long period of time. And then after the World Cup, during the World Cup break, after that started and the season sort of paused, he sort of blacked out all of his social media pages. He blacked out his Instagram profile, removed all the posts, removed all the tag posts. Then we saw clips and images of him training in the Netherlands at an amateur club with coaches recommended to him by Erik ten Hag. And the report at the time was that he was on an individual training program with these coaches that were recommended to him. Today, the squad was announced to be travelling out to Spain for this warm weather training camp and these 2 friendlies. It did not include Jadon Sancho. The word given to everyone by the club was that Sancho was continuing this individual training program to return him to his best levels. And the club will continue to support him in that. So, again, that's all we really know at the moment. Lots of different ways to perceive that. You could argue that, he was out for a long time and it's just going to take a while for him to get back. You could argue that, he's not in the best shape. I don't know. I don't think it's fair to... I don't think it's particularly fair to speculate, to be honest with you. I don't think that's fair at all. But you would feel like it feels like there is something going on there. My only hope out of all of it is that Jadon Sancho can come back as the best version of Jadon Sancho. We've seen it is possible with people like Marcus Rashford, of people that are struggling for confidence and aren't playing, the best of their abilities and aren't hitting the heights they would wish to hit. And the way you come out of it is you get an arm around you from the manager, you get support from the manager, and on top of that as well, you put the work in. You have to put the work in, and you have to really, work hard, and you have to just scrap everything, take it all down and build it back up. But, if you can get Jadon Sancho at the best of his ability, he's a quality player. Look at the stats he had there in the Bundesliga. But only he'll know if he's able to get back to that level, ultimately. And here's hoping he can. So, again, we'll have to wait and see. One thing's for sure, we won't get to see Jadon Sancho out in Spain, which is disappointing. But we will get to see other players. Anthony Martial has travelled. David De Gea, of course, has travelled. So a big camp for Anthony Martial, certainly. A massive camp for Anthony Martial, because it's going to be a massive second part of the season for him. He hasn't played a 90-minute game. And here's hoping he can play the majority of them between now and the end of the season. Whether or not he will remains to be seen. But here's hoping, certainly. So we'll have all of that coverage for you here at United View. As I mentioned, we'll be live for both friendlies as well. I'm just seeing some... they're already starting to talk about penalties when it comes to England. Oh, I can't deal... I don't know if I could deal with a penalty shootout. I don't think I've ever been live for a penalty shootout in this streaming world. That would be a bit nerve-wracking. If you are supporting England, though, in the chat, let me know your thoughts about this evening. Of course, we're on ITV as well, which, to those watching around the world, England's record on ITV is terrible. I think they have a win percentage of something like 17%, something like that. In comparison to when we play on the BBC, it's like 72%. So it's not good. It's not good. But my hope is that we kind of break from that curse this evening, and and hopefully England can get through to the next round. But I think that anyone looking ahead already to quarterfinal ties against the likes of France, I think that's very premature. I think this is going to be a really, really challenging and difficult game for England this evening. So again, here's hoping that England show up. There's been lots of rumours about certain players that Southgate might or might not start or play. I still don't know. I would think he plays pretty much the same side that played against Wales, but I've long given up trying to predict what is in the mind of Gareth Southgate, because this is the guy that, against the USA, when we needed a goal, he took off Jude Bellingham and brought on Jordan Henderson in 2022. That was a real thing. So, yes, very, very strange. Here's David says, pure sabotage settings to play Jules Koundé as right back when he's a centre back. France is such a talented, strong national team on paper, but to play players in wrong positions will always make your team weaker. I'm quite surprised having Koundé certainly at right back in this game. I mean, if you just look at their bench, they certainly got people they could play there. Pavard, etc. I mean, they've even got a centre back pairing of Varane and Upamecano, Saliba, who's been phenomenal for Arsenal in the Premier League, doesn't even get a sniff. So, I mean, you look at their bench. They've got Marcus Thuram, Camavinga, Konate, Kingsley Coman, William Saliba, Bertaut, Fofana, Guendouzi, Pavard. They've got a really strong... Even with all of these injuries, they've still got such a strong squad, don't they, France? It really is an embarrassment of riches, certainly. Teams are just coming back out onto the pitch, though. There's Didier Deschamps. France unbeaten in their last 23 World Cup matches when they've scored first. The last time they scored first and lost was against Poland in 1982. So anything's possible. It would require something pretty amazing for Poland to come back in this one, but anything's possible. And we're off. Second half is underway here. France 1, Poland 0. And you would say Poland have to respond to Olivier Giroud's 52nd goal for his country in the 44th minute. Here's Varane. We're 8 likes away, by the way. 8 likes away from 100. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. And then we can aim for 150 or 200 as the game goes on. Over 200 watching. So I know that 8 of you can click that like button. Or maybe even more. Must be said, as I mentioned earlier on, I don't think the atmosphere is as good as it was for the Argentina game. Or even for the Netherlands-USA game yesterday. It's quite not as rowdy inside the stadium. I think it certainly will be for the game later on. I think they were saying that actually we might be outnumbered by the Senegal fans. And they'll certainly make a lot of noise. Here comes France. That's a good tackle. He gets the ball. I thought he got the ball. Dembele is fouled there by Bereshinski. He's saying no, he gets the book. I thought he got the ball. I'm convinced here he got the ball. I mean, we might see a replay, but Bereshinski's been booked. And I think that might be a terrible decision from the referee here. My initial reaction was that he gets the ball. Here's a look at this. He gets the ball. He gets the ball. That's a terrible decision. That's an excellent tackle. There is nothing wrong with that at all. That is a terrible decision from the referee. He clearly gets the ball. He was lunging. He recovered well. And he gets the ball. It's never a free kick and it's never a booking. And if France score from this, that would be bad officiating once again. There have been a couple of decisions in this game that I think have been poor from this referee. And that's another one. If you are a smaller side against better players, you at least expect the referee to get good decisions correct. And that's a shocking decision. 47 minutes gone. France 1, Poland 0. It's going to be Griezmann standing over this free kick. Griezmann going to put the ball into the box. The referee's having a word with, I think, some of the Poland defenders. Probably still annoyed about that decision. Here's Griezmann. Ball whipped in. Punched away. It goes for goal, actually. And it's a volley by Theo Hernandez. Griezmann, after all of that, actually went for a goal. It's really a comfortable one for Wojciech Szczesny in the end. Just fizzes it at the goalkeeper, and keeper just punches it away. I mean, to be fair, Varane's not that far away from it at all, it must be said. And good justice, because it was a shocking decision from the referee. As a long ball up the pitch, headed by Varane to Koundé, who just puts his foot through that. A throw in by Poland. Flick on by Giroud. Brilliant. Here comes Ousmane Dembele. Runs at the Poland defence. Overhits it. Overhits it. Does a heavy touch. Allows Wojciech Szczesny to come out and claim the ball. And we hit 100 likes. There you go, there you go, folks. 100 likes. Now we aim for 150. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Is Varane. Lloris, who did have a really shaky first half, it must be said. Goes long with the ball. Glick with the header. Wrestling with Olivier Giroud for that one. Kokoviak. Zielinski. Of course, he was the one that had that opportunity. Just fizzed it right at Hugo Lloris. Here's Bereshinski. Frankowski, but easily dispossessed by Koundé. And Raphael Varane skips past the player. Gives it to Koundé. And they just play their way out of defence beautifully. Here comes Antoine Griezmann. Bad pass. Really poor ball from Griezmann there. Here come Poland again. Bit of space here on the half turn. Lewandowski. He tried to find Kaminski, but just couldn't. Kaminski couldn't find the touch. And here comes France. Here comes Mbappe. Opportunity to run past players. Glick does well. Now Poland might have the opportunity to counter themselves. Is Lewandowski. Lewandowski really needs to get forward a little bit here. You don't really want him on the right wing. Zielinski to Lewandowski. Poland's just playing at walking pace. Oh, there you go. A bit of a turn. Zielinski. Gives it to Cash. Got to find that delivery. Zielinski once again. Is he going to take a pop shot? Don't take it. Don't take it. Griezmann with the tackle. It was a heavy touch that allowed Griezmann just to get that tackle in. Here's Glick. It's a strange game because at points in it, the teams just start walking. They just don't really do all that much. Krakowiak, good pass to Matty Cash. Finds Kaminski. It's a good tackle. And they're giving the throw in to France. It is. I tell you what, it's a great decision from the referee as well. Fantastic decision from the linesman. Give them credit when they get it right. It's Theo Hernandez with the throw-in. 51 minutes gone, nearly 52. It's still 1-0 to France. That first half goal from Olivier Giroud being the difference so far. It's Szczesny. And again, it's interesting, France, because they just sort of sit off. Long ball. Won by, I think that time it was up on Makane. And here come France again. Counter-attack. Here's Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe. Rabiot on the overlap. Cuts the ball back. And cleared by Poland. Cleared by Bereshinski. He's just onside, Rabiot. Just about. And cuts it back. Unfortunately, there was nobody in the box. I think Rabiot was looking for Mbappe, actually. Theo Hernandez with the throw-in, though. Hernandez. There's Upamecano. Varane. Dembele. Griezmann. And he said it gets into sort of parts of the game like this, and it is quite slow. But then it just kind of explodes into life for both sides, actually. Oh, Mbappe thinks he was fouled. Referee says no. Here's Matty Cash. Here come Poland again. Zielinski to Cash. That's a short pass. Again, if you're going to find yourself in those more advanced positions, your quality has to be better. There's been too many short passes from Poland today. Here's Ousmane Dembele. Forward pass. Griezmann. Cuts it back across goal. And Glick does what he has to do. Puts it out for a corner. Mbappe was lurking. Short corner from Mbappe. 1-2 of Giroud. Here comes Mbappe once again. Tries to go past the Polish player. Get the ball into the box. Good defending. It was Zielinski that time with the positive defending. But, I mean, again, in these instances, like Poland just 2 banks of 4. 2 banks of 4. Very, very rigid. And it's just a case of Poland saying to France, try and break us down. We'll try and... But if you're going to do that, your counter-attack has to be good. Upamecano goes for the switch. Great touch, Ousmane Dembele off the thigh. Dembele looking to work the ball into the box. Good defending from Poland. Comes back to Dembele, though. Tries to feed in. I think that might have been Koundé. And it goes out for a throw-in. 10 minutes gone in this second half. Still 1-0 to France. Oh, it's a mistake there from the Poland player. Drops to Theo Hernandez. To Mbappe. Oh, a little flick. A little bit of a flick. Ah, and that's what you get. You get a bad pass from Theo Hernandez. Oh, it's another poor pass. The quality in this game, in these opening 10 minutes of the second half, has been just really sloppy. Here's Mbappe, cuts inside. Oh, it's deflected. Whoa, just fizzed past the post. I tell you what, Wojciech Szczesny was completely beaten there. He cuts inside, it's Glick who manages to get the deflection, but Wojciech Szczesny had already dived to the other side. It's just a long look then. It's a turn and it's a look and it's a hope. I hope this does not go in. Wojciech Szczesny's looking like that. And it just takes it past the post. But here's a corner for France. Their 7th of the game. Poland have only had 1. Griezmann stands over it. Ball whipped in. Headed away. This little slice volley into the box. Oh! I tell you what, he's disallowed what would have been a absolutely incredible goal. The whistle had already gone, but this was unbelievable. Wojciech Szczesny comes out and punches it. He lands on Raphael Varane, so Szczesny's still down, and Olivier Giroud just scored the most unbelievable overhead kick. It went in. Look at this. So Szczesny comes out. He lands horribly. I don't think it's a free kick either way. It's a brilliant goal. But I think the referee had already stopped the game. Puts his body on the line. I was more worried about Varane. It's a good punch from Szczesny. Jumps over Varane. Look at this by Olivier Giroud. To be fair, some of the players had already stopped. But, oh my goodness. It's brilliant. Like, it really is such quality technique. It's top quality technique by Olivier Giroud. Whoa. The technique. He knows. He's like, I can't believe he blew the whistle. But the game had already been stopped, so what can you do? Why it had been stopped? I mean, he was worried about a head injury, but to who? Milik looks to be coming on for Poland. And Szczesny takes the free kick. Here come Poland again and getting players forward here. Oppenmakane is claiming for a free kick. Referee saying no. It's a Poland throw-in. Here's Bereshinski. Zielinski. Ball into the box. Kaminsky, it's a poor ball again. Griezmann, sliding tackle, gets there just ahead of Kovacic, who was going to have a shot, it looked like. But again, you would just say, it's a bit of extra quality. But now Poland with a bit of possession. As we're nearing the 60th minute of the game. Bereshinski. Again, looks like Milik's about to come on. Of course, is a striker for Juventus. So, looks like Poland's certainly going to go for it. Which they need to, otherwise they're going to go out. They've got about 30 minutes to save their World Cup dreams at the moment. But a bit of spell of possession for the Polish side. Oh, well, it's a bad pass. They just get away with it. They do that a lot, Poland. I've seen in this game. Just sloppy passes. And there you go again. A short pass from Matty Cash. And it allows France for the counter-attack. Here comes Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann travels forward with the ball. Gives it to Dembele. Dembele cuts it back. Mbappe, edge of the box. And he's just dispossessed by a Polish player who tracks back. It was Szymanski, I think, that got back in time. Here is Mbappe again. Tchouaméni. A rare touch for him in this half, actually. I don't think I've seen him touch the ball that much. Olivier Giroud now on 3 goals in this tournament so far. I think there's 7 players. Marcus Rashford, of course, also on 3 goals. Hopefully he can make it 4 against Senegal this evening. Mbappe. Little 1-2 with Griezmann. Varane gives it to Griezmann. That's a brilliant pass to Theo Hernandez. Just switches the play beautifully. Gives the ball back to Mbappe. He loves to stand up players, doesn't he? And it's Rabiot. It's a great pass by Griezmann, and then it just goes back to them being quite static again. Tchouaméni. Dembele, nice 1-2. Akunde, that's great defending that. Excellent defending by Frankowski. Tchouaméni, 1-2 with Griezmann. Speaking of which, here is Griezmann. Here's Rabiot. Switch to Mbappe. And again, an instance like this is where I find it a bit strange because France are walking and Poland are just standing there. And it's you sort of forget you're watching a World Cup match, you know. So you just expect sometimes a little bit more pace and energy to the game, a bit more aggression. But they're just being really disciplined, I suppose, with their shape. Griezmann puts the ball in. Goes all the way to Mbappe on the other side of the box. Mbappe looking for someone. Oh, just plays a 1-2. Oh, absolutely skies it. That was a shot. And it's ended up going straight to Griezmann, who, by the way, his touch to take it down was sensational. It's Tchouaméni. Dembele. Griezmann, little back heel. I think Dembele might have been offside there. And Mbappe goes down. It's never a penalty. It's never a penalty. It's offside in the end. It was offside, but Mbappe, never a penalty. He goes down so easy. They're looking for this. Just a little flick of the heel. It's not a penalty. Can't give a penalty for that. The defender's got his hands up, but Mbappe just goes down. It's never going to be given. It was offside anyway. I mean, the linesman gave it for offside. I think he was on, actually, Dembele. If that had gone to automatic offside, I think they would have flagged him on. So, Szymanski's off and Milik is on. And I think this might mean that we move towards more of a 4-4-2. I think Krychowiak will probably go into central midfield and Milik will partner Lewandowski up front. So they might be trying to match them with a bit of a 4-4-2 here. The problem is it's going to give France more space, one would think. Upamecano tries the long ball, doesn't go anywhere. Mehdi says, by the way, just want to say a massive kudos to Owen on his watch-along commentary. My nephew has to watch Toy Story at the moment. Well, I appreciate you, Mehdi. Appreciate you joining in. Lewandowski tries to cross into the box. Cleared by Upamecano. And Poland really haven't threatened at all in this second half. Here's Rabiot. Oh, just skips past him like he's not even there. Brilliant play. Superb play. Giroud just absolutely shuffles it out to the right-hand side to Tchouaméni. Is Dembele. I tell you what, that pass from Rabiot was brilliant. Remember, he was a player as well that refused to even be on the standby list at the last World Cup. Here he is playing a real central figure. Of course, he was linked to Manchester United in the summer. Koundé. Ball into the box, side netting from Giroud. That's the thing with Rabiot as well. It's not as if he's a bad player. I mean, to have him at United would have been a decent signing, but he wanted so much money. And was he really going to make a massive difference at United? No, I don't think so. But he's all right. He's a decent player. But he wanted to be on par with some of the highest paid players at the club, which is ridiculous. Substitution for France, though. Tchouaméni off and Youssouf Fofana comes on. But 65 minutes gone. France 1, Poland 0. Poland's still in the game. They're not creating all that much now. Not certainly less than they were in the first half. I mean, France have completely controlled the second half. There you go. Poland win the ball back. Here comes Milik. But again, it's a bad pass. You can't. Again, that's the story, and Hernandez defends it really well. It's a goal kick. That's been the story of Poland's game. Is any opportunity it looks like to get forward, they just they do a bad pass, or they overhit the pass. You would just say fundamentals. Pass it to feet. Make sure you take care of the ball when you do have it. Your shape's fine. You're being disciplined when France have the ball, but at the same time, it's still just, be a bit better with your quality. Take care of the pass. And they're not really doing that at the moment. But Hugo Lloris with the goal kick. Certainly hasn't been a classic World Cup tie by any stretch of the imagination. As Varane just heads it back to his goalkeeper there. Lloris picks up the ball. Maybe you can explain why Tchouaméni came off and Fofana came on. Is that Tchouaméni is on a booking. Ball up the pitch. Poland defends it well. Here's Cash. Glick sends it forward. Nice little turn there by Zielinski. I'll tell you what, there's space there. If he gets that ball right. Here's Frankowski. What's your delivery like? Ball into the box. Oh, nearly towards... Who was that? It was Kaminsky. It must be said, Lewandowski's done absolutely nothing in this game. But it wasn't a bad ball in. Kaminsky nearly gets to it. It's just, Teo Hernandez just does enough to kind of guide him out the way there. Tavern Productions says, not a classic. Absolutely not. Yo Mario says, who has the most goals in this World Cup so far? There's like 4 or 5 players that are on 3 goals at the moment. There's plenty, actually. So, yeah, there's quite a few. Good pass by Kibio. Here's Milik again. Goes down. Wants a free kick. Referee says no. Fofana wins it back, but a poor pass from him. You do get the impression, because it's just a game of football, as long as Poland can stay in the game, they will get an opportunity. They'll get a chance, because they really have not threatened the goal at all in this second half. So just by law of averages, you would think they'd get a chance at some point in this half. And it's about staying into the game until they get that chance, which I do think they'll get. Oh, that French player was making a bit of noise. Oh, he's fine now. He was screaming, Dembele. You'd have thought he'd been absolutely attacked. Oh, Mbappe, he's got past. Oh, Matty Cash just does enough. Mbappe nearly had gone past Cash, and Cash just about does enough and wins the ball back. It was very close. He's just absolutely rapid, isn't he? Here's Zielinski. Travelling with the ball a bit more. Kaminsky. Get it out to Matty Cash. Your delivery's got to be good this time, Matty. Tries to give it out there. To Lewandowski, who you don't want there. You want Lewandowski in the box. That's a foul, though. Wins a foul. Really smart play by Lewandowski. And he gets back up and he's furious, Lewandowski. I think he's saying to people, he's saying to his teammates, give me some options. I don't want to be out on the touchline there. I want to be in the penalty box. Look at Matty Cash. Just does enough to nick it. Double substitution here for Poland. Bielik is going to come on. Kaminsky is going to come off. Kukowiak and Kaminsky are coming off. And on are Bielik and Zalewski. Zalewski is on. I tell you what, he's a tall player. Plays for Roma under old Jose. But it's a free kick to Poland. Again, you need some quality. Make it count. Ball into the box. It's a good ball, actually. Oh, it was towards Glick. And now it's half a chance. It wasn't a bad ball. And Glick might be a bit annoyed with himself with that one. It's a decent ball. Just couldn't get high enough. Floats over the bar in the end. Of course, we will be live later this evening for the England versus Senegal match view. I'll be live at 6:30, an earlier time of 6:30 for that one. So you can join me then. Of course, once this stream ends, you'll be redirected immediately to the England stream. So you can set a reminder, or you can just stay in that window, wait till we go live. But this stream will direct you straight to the stream later on. So you can join me and hopefully watch England go all the way to the quarterfinal, which seemingly at the moment would be a meeting with France. But you never know. Here comes Poland once again, Zielinski. Travelling once again here. Oh, it's going all the way to Cash. Doesn't seem so here. Zalewski to Cash. Cash, good defending that. From, I think it was Rabiot. Quick throw in there for Poland. Zalewski. Oh, it's a short pass again. And again, that's happened so many times today. Short passes. And Kylian Mbappe now is on the counter-attack. And it's just a heavy touch. But he gives up. I don't like that with Mbappe. He does that quite a bit, doesn't he? It was a heavy touch, and then he gives up, and then he starts walking around. Get back into position. It was like, yeah, it was a heavy touch, but now I've yet to see him come back into shot. I think you can hear Didier Deschamps saying, you know, get back in. "73 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to France. Here is Matty Cash. That's a better pass. Milik. Went for the flick on. And cleared this time. I think it was Griezmann. Oh, it's a great touch. Olivier Giroud. What a touch that is. And here comes France on the counter-attack. Here's Ousmane Dembele. Mbappe's got a ton of space if they find him. They have found him. It's Kylian Mbappe. Oh, it's 2-0. And it's just too easy. It's just too easy for him. It really is. I said if they could find Mbappe, he'd be in a lot of space. He was in a lot of space. He just gets it out of his feet and he just rockets it into nearly the roof of the net, past the goalkeeper. It's 2-0 to France, and it's too easy for Kylian Mbappe. Game over. France are through to the quarterfinals. And when you've got someone like him in your team, you've got goals, you've got assists, you've got pace, and people just can't handle him. Just can't handle him. He was showing a bit of frustration actually a couple of minutes ago. He was a bit annoyed with Matty Cash, but he gets his goal. And Mbappe, it's his 8th World Cup goal, second most for France, and he's still just a kid. He really is. And you know what it starts with? Olivier Giroud takes the touch. It's an absolutely genius touch. I was just seeing the replay here. Poland are on the attack, and France managed to deal with it. The ball is hooked up the pitch. Look at this touch from Olivier Giroud. Over his shoulder, stops the ball dead, Olivier Giroud, and then he brings in his two wingers, takes it out to Dembele. He looks up, he sees Kylian Mbappe is there free. Mbappe's still got a ton to do. It's not an easy finish, and he just rifles it. He rifles it past the goalkeeper. He sends Szczesny the wrong way because Szczesny thinks that he's going to go across goal. He doesn't. He just hammers it into the near post, and it's 2-0 and it's game over. Absolutely game over. And Kylian Mbappe is something else. Brilliant goal from France. And that's why you have Olivier Giroud into the team. And he just comes off now. A goal for Olivier Giroud. France's all-time record goal scorer. Gets his goal. And he was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Quality player. Underrated. And I suppose, I'm talking about Mbappe that, sometimes his attitude or his body language is rubbish, and it is, but it doesn't matter because he'll score. He'll score a goal and it's game over. And the thing is, you just cannot. Someone like Kylian Mbappe, you can't give him that amount of time. Look, Dembele looks up. Look how much time he's got. Look how much time. He can take a touch. He can have a look up. In a World Cup last 16 game, you shouldn't have the ability to give the keeper the eyes. Look at the Poland coach. Poland coach is furious. Absolutely furious. And he should be. You should say you've got one of, if not like the best player in the world there, and you've given him so much time. Shocking. Real bad defending. There you go, Josh. He had all the time in the world. Indeed he did. It's a disgrace. Cheat. And Poland look to be on their way out of the competition. And France look to be on their way to the quarterfinals, where they'll play England or Senegal, depending on tonight's result. And we've got about 13 minutes plus stoppage time. The one thing you would say, though, again, watching this game from an England point of view, knowing that they could be our next opponents if we do get to the quarterfinal, is that they're not impenetrable. they've got good players, obviously. They'll create chances. They've got fantastic players. But I don't look at France being like, I have no idea how you'd beat them. Because I think, Poland have showed that you can frustrate them. And even players with not a massive amount of quality have given them problems at times today. Kalevsky, that's a good touch. Oh, it's unlucky. I mean, Hugo Lloris really's had nothing to do today. I mean, actually, that's wrong, actually. He had the save in the first half. But, I mean, in the second half, certainly in the second half, Poland have barely threatened France at all. But be sure to smash a like on the like button. See if we can get to 150. We are 36 likes away from 150. As Hugo Lloris with the ball up the pitch. Here's Mbappe again. Now it really is the question of just how many goals does he want at this point? Because he could make a statement for the Golden Boot. Mbappe. It would be a shame, wouldn't it, if Mbappe did spend his entire career in France in terms of in Liga. Like, it would be great to see him in another league around the world, whether that is the Premier League or whether that's, La Liga. Because I think that really would go to show his quality. I think he can do it in any league. I really do. Paul says Poland's passing has let them down. That and not really going for it. I think their shape and structure's been all right, but they just don't have the quality. When they've had the opportunity to find themselves in decent positions, the pass has always been short, or they haven't got really that sort of creative or attacking threat. And the problem is, you can have a talismanic figure like Robert Lewandowski, but he still requires a lot of service. And they've got no one that can really service him that much or put balls into him. But I haven't been blown away by France, to be honest. I mean, that Mbappe goal really stems from just really poor defending. Because if you've got a disciplined fullback who's going to stick on him the whole game, you'd never have that amount of time. Josh says, Poland have nothing in midfield and the wings to add any penetration or creativity. No way to get the ball to Lewandowski. Great minds think alike, my friend. It's exactly what I just said. And it's true. Because even if Poland just had a creative midfielder that was known for getting assists, that's all they need. They get to especially the Euros, they'd easily get to quarterfinals and stuff like that because they just get the ball to Lewandowski and he'd score. But they don't have that. What they need is what Norway are going to probably be for the next 10, 15 years. They've got an attacking midfielder in Odegaard who gets assists and a striker like Haaland. And it will just be Odegaard to Haaland, Odegaard to Haaland. Have you got half-decent players around you? Yes, that will do. You'd think that's what they're going to be for the next couple of years. That's what Poland need. Here's Mbappe. Skips past a couple of players. Theo Hernandez over the bar. AB says Rashford is dropped for Saka. You are kidding me. Is that true? I'm just checking on my phone now. From Mike McGrath. Marcus Rashford is set to be replaced by Bukayo Saka. What a joke. What a joke. What more can Marcus Rashford do? I understand Bukayo Saka scored 2 goals in the opening game against Iran, but then he was pretty poor against the US. He had a bad day. And Marcus Rashford scores 2 goals, was excellent, and he doesn't start. I don't get Gareth Southgate. I just don't get him. I don't understand. And look, ultimately, if England go through, I don't care. If England win and Bukayo Saka scores 2 goals, hold my hands up. But what kind of message? What kind of message does that send to the players? Oh, you scored 2 goals. You're the joint top goal scorer in the competition. Bench. Unbelievable. Why? And you know what he'll be? I guarantee he'll do this interview where he'll be like, so why did you drop Rashford? Wow, it was a really difficult decision, but it's just not the game for Marcus. You remember when he did that for Foden against the USA? Just wasn't the game for Phil. It's a football game. He needed goals. He needed goals and assists. That's what he did. Oh, man. It's not really the game for Phil. What game is? Ping pong? Oh, it's just not really the game for him today. Unbelievable. Well, come on, England. Look, Bukayo Saka's a good player, and look, again, he scored 2 goals. He was excellent against Iran, and I hope that he will play well today, and I'm sure he will. But at the same time, I just think from a player management point of view, you would say, well, if you're Rashford, what do you have to do? And that means then he's going to start Foden. And if you're really insistent on playing... Oh, but again, you've got 2 wide players there in Foden and Rashford who both scored goals in the last game. They both scored goals. Like, should it even be in the conversation to drop them? Probably not. Why would you even say that? Because if he played Foden and Rashford, you'd go, well, fair enough, they both scored in the last game. I mean, Rashford will come on eventually as well, one would think. But we'll see. Certainly, look, Gareth Southgate said before, you live and die by your decisions as a manager. And if England play poorly, and I wouldn't put that on Saka, King of the Indies says, so a player has a single bad game and he can't come back into the team. No, not at all. Not at all. But at the same time, should he come back into the team for 2 players that played well in the last game? You know, he came out of the team against Wales because he didn't have a good game, and he was replaced by 2 players that played well. Logic would suggest you keep your space if you play well. But 5.5 minutes remain in this one. And again, look, England have an embarrassment of riches. They really do, in terms of players we can bring in. But at the same time, if I was Marcus Rashford, I would think to myself, if I was put yourself in Marcus Rashford's shoes. Ball in by Coman. You've scored 2 goals. You're the joint top goal scorer in the competition. You would say, and you've been dropped for this game. You would say to yourself, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to start games? The only reason I start games is if Saka doesn't play very well. Less than 5 minutes remain, though. France still 2-0 up as they head towards the quarterfinals. Berserk the Animal says, serious question, Messi or Ronaldo? It's Messi all day. Ronaldinho is an unbelievable player, but Messi is just another level. Ronaldinho, of course, quality player, great player, but we're talking just one of the greats ever. We see the spin rate of the ball for Mbappe's goal again. 2.8 RPS. King of the Indy says, but England isn't playing the previous game. It's as a match against Senegal, not Wales. It's a match against Senegal, not Wales. Well, I understand that, but we've seen Erik ten Hag this season. You play, if you've got a side that's winning and a player that's playing well, you don't take him out, in my opinion. In the same way that if Bukayo Saka didn't start against the USA, I'd be like, it's a ridiculous decision to make. Because he played really well in that game and he scored 2 goals. But look, ultimately, it doesn't matter. You know, as long as England win, I don't particularly care. I just find that to be an odd decision. Not because, again, Saka's bad, because he's not. He's an excellent player. He's been fantastic for Arsenal this season, and he started the tournament really, really well. But again, from Rashford's perspective, you would say, what more does he need to do? Ball in by Poland. Oh, it's a foul. It's a foul on Thuram by Cash. Looks like Cash is going to get a booking. Does. Cash booked. His second of the tournament. He would miss the next match, but of course Poland are not going to be playing the next match. It's a clear foul on Thuram. As this one got quite comfortable in the end, really, didn't it, for France? Particularly the second half. Poland really haven't threatened at all. Final sort of 90 seconds of this match. It will be France's first clean sheet of the tournament, which they'll be happy with. Is Upamecano, Teo Hernandez. Now, of course, Olivier Giroud and Kylian Mbappe lead the Golden Boot standings, 4 goals apiece. As we're entering the final minute of the match. And France will be on their way to the quarterfinals in what's turned out to be a very comfortable performance for them. Oh, that's a nasty one. Polish player landed a bit awkwardly. He's all right, though. Balevski. Upamecano plays ball to Griezmann. Plays a 1-2 of Rabiot. Griezmann to Mbappe. Out to Thuram. And they're just completely coasting at this point. Very, very easy. Mbappe. Oh, my goodness me. And Kylian Mbappe's just got his second of the game. It's 3-0 to France. He's just whipped it into the top corner. I think Szczesny does get a hand to it, but he still can't get enough on it because it's absolutely just a rocket. It's 3-0. And Kylian Mbappe is absolutely world class. Absolutely world class. Ridiculous. 5th goal of the tournament, and we might be having a look at who's going to win the Golden Boot in this one. Because whoever faces France in the quarterfinals has to deal with a very, very, very informed Kylian Mbappe. That's 2 in this match. That's 5 in the tournament altogether. That's 16 goals in his last 14 matches for his country. Kylian Mbappe is absolutely on fire. He's only 23 years old and he's absolutely battered. Battered France. Poland, sorry. It's so much that I get my words mixed up. 3-0 to France. That's a message. Look at this. I mean, it's too easy. It's poor defending, but that is, in terms of a finish there, that is absolutely superb. Look at that. Look at that for a finish. I mean, Szczesny manages to get a hand to it, but it's just too much power. Gets it out of his feet, whips it. Bang. Top corner. My goodness me. Kylian Mbappe is something else. With no backlift. There's no backlift at all. And he just smashes it. It's just ridiculous. But it's 3-0. 2 for Mbappe. 1 for Giroud. And France are coasting into the quarterfinals. Oh, there's a chance there. There's a chance for Lewandowski, who scuffed it wide. But 3-0 to France. As Josh says, it's disgrace. Disgrace is cheat. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. We're less than 30 likes away from 150. So if you haven't already, let's get to 150. We've only got a couple of minutes left of this match. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Remember, I will be live at 6:30 this evening for England, Senegal. This stream will send you straight to that one as well. So you can set a reminder for when we go live. You can just leave the window open. You can have that on the app to go back to, whatever it may be. This will send you straight there. So you can set yourself a reminder. Already click a like before it's even started. Hours before it's even started. And hopefully England will be booking a quarter-final clash against France. But to play Mbappe in this form, a little bit worrying. A little bit concerning. Two minutes remain though. And Mbappe is just something else. Again, I don't subscribe to those people that just want to say he's not all that. It's only because he's playing for PSG. It's only because he's playing in France. Blah blah blah. Nah, he's a world-class player. He's only 22 years of age, and he's got 16 goals in his last 14 for his country. He scored a ton of goals when they won the World Cup last time. I mean, is Pele the only person to win the World Cup 3 times? If France win it this time around... Oh! What an overhead kick. What a save. It was Milik with an overhead kick and Lloris makes a save. It's offside in the end. But if you don't believe in Kylian, now's the time to. He's just offside. Milik. It would have been a brilliant goal. It was a good save, actually, from the goalkeeper. But yeah, if you don't believe in Kylian, now's the time to. He actually hit the post. It wasn't even a save from Lloris. He hits the post. Can Mbappe get a hat-trick in the remaining 40 seconds? I don't think so. I don't think that'll be the case. Ball into the box by Rosinsky. It was towards Lewandowski, and it was Varane with the block there. So I believe Pele, who thought some well wishes go out to him, holds the record for the most World Cups won by an individual player. I think it's 3. Of course, if Mbappe wins the World Cup this time around, it'll be 2. And that'll be at the age of like 22, 23. So there'd be a real chance he could equal that record. Lewandowski goes out for, is that a corner? Are they claiming a handball? I think the scoreline's a bit harsh on Poland. I don't know if it's a 3-0 game, but it's a corner kick. I think they're checking VAR. They might give a penalty. Poland might get a goal. Click a like on the like button for the Poland goal. I think he's going to give it. I think Poland are going to get a penalty in the last minute. In the 95th minute, the referee, he's going over to the VAR monitor. We might get a penalty. Robert Lewandowski, of course, he's missed a penalty already in this competition. And he might get a chance to have a consolation goal here. The comeback could be on. 3 goals in 20 seconds. It's all possible. He's going to give it. If he's gone over to the monitor, he'll give it. Depends if he can be bothered. That's to be honest. It's the end of the match. I mean, it's in an unnatural position. I didn't even know the rules anymore. It's a penalty! It's a penalty! Robert Lewandowski will get his chance. He's got to take it, surely. Robert Lewandowski. Penalty given. Didier Deschamps furious. Lewandowski, he got his first World Cup goal in this tournament. Can he get a second? Is Lewandowski gonna get it? Is he gonna score? Lewandowski, the number 9 for Poland. Poland are gonna go out, but are they gonna go out with a consolation goal? Lewandowski, in what might be his last tournament for Poland, certainly maybe his last World Cup. Lewandowski, 12 yards out. In the 97th minute. Lewandowski versus Lloris. Lewandowski, stuttered run up. Lewandowski. Oh, it's a terrible penalty. He's missed again. Are they going to tell him to retake it? I think they're going to say to retake it. people came into the box. There was encroachment. It was a shocking penalty. It was a terrible penalty, and he gets to take it again. It's encroachment. He does a stutter, and people fly into the box. Look. Look at it. I mean, Hugo Lloris is off his line. There's a France player basically next to Lewandowski in the box. I mean, it's a terrible penalty. Lloris is miles off his line. Although, one thing I would say is that run-up by Lewandowski is ridiculous. This is why I always say this, I hate the stutter, stop-start nonsense. Just take the penalty. Just take the penalty. Just run up to it and kick it. Run up, kick the ball. Seriously. Just go up and kick it. None of this stop-start bullshit. Take the pen, Lewandowski. You're one of the best strikers ever. Put it in the back of the net. Imagine that's your last ever kick at a World Cup. Lewandowski steps up again. He does it again. This time he scores. Oh. Sends Lloris the wrong way. I think Lloris probably just thought, you know what, I'm just going to let it in. Just to get the game over and done with. Does that stop-start stuttered run-up. What a load of nonsense. Scores in the end, though. It's 3-1. That penalty technique is a load of nonsense. And it was off his line. Lloris was still off his line. He's still miles off his line. Doesn't change the really anything that much. But Robin Lewandowski scores. And that's it. In the 99th minute, it's 3-1 to France. It's France 3, Poland 1. Lewandowski gets his goals. They're going to be talking about Kylian Mbappe after that one because he was absolutely sensational. But there you go. France joined the likes of the Netherlands and also Argentina in the quarterfinals. And now it's a case of who's going to be playing France. Is it going to be England or is it going to be Senegal? We'll find out later on this evening. Of course, kickoff is at 7 o'clock UK time. I will be live at 6:30 this evening. Once this stream ends, it will send you directly to that stream, which is already public. It's already live. So you can set a reminder. You can leave the window open. You can do whatever you want. So you can join me again later on this evening as we can hopefully celebrate, hopefully celebrate England getting their way to the quarterfinals. But you never know. Anything is certainly possible with England at a World Cup. So appreciate you all joining me this evening, folks. Be sure to smash a like on the like button on the way out. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner as well. Remember, you can join the UB Members Club, links in the video description. You can also donate to the Community Giveback with Fresh Ego FC and Anthony Joshua's charity as well. Every bit of information is in the video description. And I'll be back later on this evening. Have a good one. I'll speak to you again in a bit. Peace.